as meteorology is concerned on this forecast, well, Eddie Shear has been watching this one closely as well. He's brought us all the latest on what to expect, and he joins us live in the newsroom now with what to look forward to. Hi, Eddie.
Hey, Jody. It certainly has been a busy morning, and as Mary Kate O'Neill alluded to, lots of stuff is closed. Road conditions across many areas of eastern Newfoundland are pretty atrocious right now, so if you don't have to go out, don't go out, and if you have to, if you don't have four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive or a vehicle that's like an SUV or a truck, you're probably going to have some issues. As we take a look at the radar imagery right now across the Avalon Peninsula and the northeast Avalon, at that we can see in St. John's up towards Pooch Cove, down just about as far south as Bay Bulls, we are seeing snow. However, the radar here is showing that we are likely seeing some snow mixing with ice pellets for the most part south of the Trans-Canada Highway for the time being. And we'll see how far north that mix line makes it. But it's kind of running on a northeast to southwest line onto the Burin Peninsula, and it is kind of creeping northward. So even though we are seeing areas of heavy snowfall across much of the Avalon north and the northeast Avalon right now, over the next few hours we may see some ice pellets beginning to mix in with that snow as some warmer air tries to move in aloft. The question is, how far north does this snow ice line make it? And that's something we're not going to know until it stops moving north, but it will get closer and closer towards St. John's over the next few hours. We're also seeing some snowfall right now back through central and portions of western and southwestern Newfoundland. In fact, it's a little farther west than it looked like it was going to be, even going back to yesterday. Grand Falls, Windsor, the snow is falling there at the moment, so roads through central are slippery and snow covered, and we're even seeing some flurries falling in the city of Corner Brook, but you're kind of on the periphery of it on the west coast right now. Now, the wider picture showing that even as we look back across the Cabot Strait toward the maritime provinces, we're seeing that snow extending all the way back, and that's the precipitation field around our area of low pressure, which is currently swirling just to the south of the Burin and Avalon Peninsulas, almost moving due east. There's the circulation right in there. And all the precipitation, even though the radar isn't picking it up, kind of extends in a semicircle, like from just east of the Avalon all the way back into portions of Nova Scotia. So as this low moves eastward, this whole precipitation field has to work its way to the east as well. So on the Avalon, eastern areas of Newfoundland, we're not going to be done with the snow until late tonight or early tomorrow morning. Winter storm warnings now up as far west as Gander and Bonavista North and Canagra, and blowing snow advisories on the south coast and as far west as Grand Falls, Windsor, and Bay of Exploits. So here's Futurecast. There's that mix line slowly working its way northward. We'll see how far north that makes it by 3 o'clock. We may get a little bit of a break in the snowfall intensity between now and 3, 4 o'clock. However, this evening the snow begins to build back in across eastern Newfoundland first, then the Avalon this evening, and it will snow across much of eastern Newfoundland through about midnight, 3, 4 in the morning, finally wrapping up for some areas by 6, but on the Avalon and Bonavista Peninsulas, not till 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and even tomorrow at noon, we still may be seeing flurries on the Avalon, but that should about do it. Snowfall totals by tomorrow morning, again, going to be heaviest across eastern areas of the island and the northern half of the Avalon, where we're looking at 30 to 50 centimeters. Areas south a little less because we get some ice mixing in, and as you get west of, let's say, Terra Nova National Park, less because you're just kind of out of the heaviest snowfall. Winds are also going to ramp up as well late tonight, so wind speeds now gusting 60, 70, 80, but overnight into tomorrow morning, winds are going to pick up, especially on the northeast coast and Avalon. And notice by tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, winds will Perlick and St. John's gusting over 100, and those wind speeds will back off as well. Luckily, the high winds will not coincide with the heaviest snowfall. So for tonight, temperatures in the east near -1, west near -12, Labrador -teens and -20s, and then for the day tomorrow, a cleanup day across most of Newfoundland with highs near or below freezing, and same thing in Labrador as some milder air does work in. Working on your updated forecast, and we'll talk about that coming up on the evening news hour at 6 and first edition at 5:30. And before then, I'll have updates for you on social media. Meteorologist Eddie Shear on Facebook and at Eddie Shear on Twitter. Jody, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Eddie. And just an advisory for our folks